Good afternoon again, gentlemen, and today's meeting is actually a tutorial. Okay, so tutorials always have to make use of software, and software comes in different things. We have different types of software. Yeah, are you okay? So any GIS software, should just be okay. All right, we can use ArcGIS, or we can use map info. There are so many of them. Are you okay? It's like a marketplace. So the one that we've picked is the QGIS or Quantum GIS. So from last week, I think I told you that you should all be getting ready your software and the data. As you can see on the screen, you see the interface of QGIS showing up, and as beautiful as it looks, you need to understand what you are doing. Are you okay? All right. And so you all have to confirm that you've opened this interface as the first step to tutorial. So let's all open and see. You shouldn't be seeing what I have here in the middle. It's not necessary. You don't have to see that. All you need to see is just everything on the left hand side. This panel here, the top, should be seeing all these, the toolbar. These are called toolbars. These are called panels. Okay.
What is that?
It's I think we should mute our mics if you want to talk where we are. Just mute before you talk, and then we'll all be fine so that we can interact. I want us to have an interactive one. Okay, so we have this setup. If you have a challenge and you don't say it, I will assume that you are okay, and I'll move on. After a few seconds, when I ask if you're okay, you should have said something. If you didn't, I will assume that you are good, and I'll move on. Okay. So
which data did you open?
you are opening a software, the QGIS software. Oh, I've asked you to install it. I hope you've done that, right?
Yes, I've done it.
So open it up and see what I'm seeing, what you are seeing on your screen. See the same thing on your laptop. Is that okay?
Yes, sir.
All right. So you need to be able to manage your Zoom and be able to manage your software. So you should open your software and you should be able to open the Zoom. You don't have to see yourself. Are you okay? Most of the time, we want to see our face in the video, and all that. Like today, I'm showing you my face because today is our last, meeting. I hope you know that, and so that's why I'm doing this video with, sometimes it affects the bandwidth when we are showing up. Okay, so let's make sure we can see the interface. What you're seeing here on the screen is actually something I did today. Okay, it took about 30 minutes to generate this. All right, so now you can see that I have two layers. So this is called a layer panel on the left hand side, right? And these points are actually from an area, I think it's US, somewhere in the US called Arlington. Okay, but don't worry about it. It can be anywhere in the world. And I decided to generate, these points contain elevation values. Okay, so I decided that today we were going to generate a surface from points during our tutorial. Then I realized that it takes a long while for it to generate. Not that I didn't know that, but that is normal. I really know that. But I thought you could have the experience, but you can try it on your own. Are you okay? I had these points. Then I actually did the interpolation. Are you okay? And then when I did the interpolation, you can see on the right hand side over here, I have IDW interpolation, which is inverse distance weighted interpolation that we talked about. So that's the thing, the triangulated irregular network interpolation. But I decided to just do the IDW interpolation, and it took like 30 minutes to do that. So I realized that it's not going to work for a tutorial. But then I thought I should just show you the surface that's generated. So when you look at what we have on the board, okay, the points, and then the surface generated, there are two different things. This one is what we have, And then we want to find out what are the values here, what are the height values around these areas. Okay, so like for example, let me give you a typical height value around here. It's so if I actually put it here, GIS has a way of giving you the information. So this button up here with the eye, okay, it's taking a while because the data is really huge. We click on the point of interest, and then it tells you the attributes at that point. In other words, the points, every information about the points, the characteristic about the points. So this one is not responding. This computer is actually an i7 computer. So if it's struggling like this, you can imagine what it means. Okay, but let me move out of here. Maybe it may just come back. I have another QGIS open elsewhere that we can go to. All right, so later we'll come back and look at it, and I'll show you how the surfaces work. Are you okay? So if you had a set of points representing elevation values like spot height, you could generate a surface, are you okay, between, so that you have values at every point. In other words, you have the squares. I wanted to practicalize it, the things I've been talking about in theory, okay, for you to see. All right, so let me share this other screen for you. Where is it? Okay. So I think Zoom sometimes hides a lot of controls and sometimes everything disappears. Okay, let me get this one off. Okay, let me do a new share. So, okay, so now you'll be seeing this. If you want to actually delete, I'm now on the different QGIS instance. Okay, so here I'm going to delete all these are layers. So by now everyone should understand the idea of layers. You can switch on and off layers. I can switch off this layer, put it back on. Are you okay? Get used to some of these things. And this layer, okay, this boundary layer, and then this boundary layer, there are two different layers. This one is the line, this one is a polygon. Are you okay? All right, so this one is a line, and a line and polygon are the same. We have points, lines, and polygons under the vector data structure. All right, so I can switch off the layers at will. I can also delete the layers. So you right click it and then you say remove layer. All right, let me see if I can delete all of them at a go. Okay, but I'll leave out the stadium structures. Are you okay? Maybe I won't delete them. Let me leave them there. All right, so I want you to, all of you, to pull in the stadium structures layer. Now I can zoom to, if I can't see it, I can just right click and go to zoom to layer. Okay, so this is what I showed you last week, from last week. So I need you to pull this into your QGIS. So what you do is that you drag and you drop. Let me remove it and bring it back again. So I'm removing this layer. All right, and I'm going to simply drag and drop it again. So maybe you can't see it, but I'm actually dragging from a folder that has been opened, and I just dropped it in. Are you okay? Another way of opening is good. Hello. Hi.
Yeah. Since we can't see that, can you use another way? If there's any other way to.
You drag and drop. I think this is a Windows function. So if you're not used to dragging and dropping a file into a software, you're not used to that, because I don't know if it's gonna. Let me just minimize this and see. Okay. So you can see the QGIS, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's not do that. Let's not do drag and drop. It won't help us. Let's go to layers. So I'm going to remove it and add it again. So we don't use that method because Zoom may find it difficult showing two windows at the same time. you only share a window. So layer, so everyone can go to layer and add layer. Excuse me. So go to the layer menu, click on add layer. Okay. And then add vector layer. Add vector layer.
Add vector layer. Okay.
Okay, so you're going to browse. Okay, go to source. Okay, so you see that source vector data sets. And then you see this button here. And that button is for browsing. Are you okay? And then you look for where the data set is. Look for it. If you don't know how to look for it, I can't help you. I'm sorry. But we want the .shp file. So look for that file only, even though it's among other files with the same name, stadium structures. You need about 4 of that, 5 of that. They all should be there, but you're only going to pick this. If you delete the rest, that one won't work. This is the wisdom of technology. Are you okay? All the files will have the same file name but different extensions. Are you okay? And I explained to you what extensions mean. Are you okay? So now the extension that we really need at this moment is the .shp. Are you okay? All right. I think another way is to really come to the file types and then choose shapefile. Then in that case, you'll be seeing just one file. Okay, so you look for ESRI shapefile. ESRI shapefiles. In that case, you'll be seeing only this one. Stadium structures. Please, you have to follow. Please, let's all follow. If you don't follow, you're thinking something else ain't gonna work. Are you okay? Just follow religious.
We should use a.
So you're supposed to add data, but the file that we need is the .shp extension. Please just pick it and then click open.
So you say dot what?
Stadium_structures.shp. So look on your screen. I don't know if you see my screen. Do you see Data Source Manager on your screen? Do you see this thing I'm moving on your screens?
Yeah, we can see that.
Yeah, we can see.
And all I'm doing is that I'm just clicking here. Follow the lights. And then pick the file.
I can't see that on my.
Can you find this file?
I can't get it on my files.
I gave it to you, but you know I've given it to you, right?
Yes,
I gave it to you, right? I want a yes or no.
We have it.
You have it. So now
you give it to us.
Give it to us, yeah.
So now you want to browse and look for it. So let's all browse and look for it. So wherever, if someone gives you something, you should place it somewhere that you can find. So if you can't find it, then it's an issue of you not being organized. Are we good? So let's be organized on our computer. Someone gives you something, put it in a folder so that you can go and find it again.
Folder, but when
yes.
Hello, sir. I put it in the folder, but when I open it, I'm not seeing the folder. The SH.
Yeah, but did you go through layers? Okay, so let's go all over again. So you're going to do it again.
I'm through. I went through the
process. Okay, have you been to this layer menu? Yeah.
Yes, please.
All right, then you click this, then add vector layer, right? Then you click this button here. Okay, now you have to browse over here. Where did you put it? On your desktop?
I put in the folder in the course folder.
On your desktop or your documents?
In the documents.
So go to documents.
I can see other ones, but I can't see that very one, that particular one.
That SHP one.
Yes, I see stadium structures.
Extensions. You can see the different extensions. File extensions.
I don't see. I have stadium structures.
Okay, hold on. Is anybody getting what I'm? Is anybody else following what I'm? Maybe anybody gets it. Anybody's been able to find the .shp stadium structures?
So I can get.
Let me find out. Hold on. Let me find out, Classroom. Let me find out if any other person is able to find the file so that at least I'll know if I'm not, I'm the one who's making a mistake. So Austin, Ben, Ngoma, who hasn't been coming? Ngoma, your name sounds like a foreign name to me, so be careful. I don't see you. I've not been seeing you. Yeah? Any of you guys been able to find the .shp file? Henry, are you there? Jerry, are you there?
Yeah, sir, I'm here. I'm here.
I'm still looking for it in the
Are you
file. I still
following?
can't find it. Yes, we are following, but I'm still looking for the file, the SHP.
I gave that file to you on your WhatsApp. So what did you do with it? You copy it onto your computer, isn't it?
Yes, that's what we did. So I'm maybe still going through as we are even speaking.
Okay, so now where did you put it? Where did you put those files? Where do you put them?
We also packed in one folder and.
You put all the files in one folder, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Can we all let's all go to that folder and share your screen? One of you to share your screen. Go to that folder. I want to see it.
Can I share my screen?
Share your screen. I want to see it. I'm also sharing my my folder for you to also see. Are you okay? So that we all look at our folders and compare our folders. Then there shouldn't be any confusion. So now you are now looking at the set of files on my computer.
Sir, okay, sir. Allow me to share my folder, my screen.
Okay. Let me allow you. Hold it. Okay. So I should make you host, isn't it? Or
no, just allow me to share my screen.
To start video. Okay. All right. So
not the video. That's a different thing.
So what should I do?
Okay, you make me the host. You make me the host. Then I change
video. I think that should be okay, isn't it? Allow to start video should be okay. Do you get opportunity to start a video over there? Do you see any option?
No, make me the host. Make me the host, sir.
Okay, I'll make you the host now. Go ahead. Go ahead and show me your screen.
Okay. Okay, so sir, can you see the screen now?
I can see your screen very well. Okay, now okay. You see the file with stadium structures. You know, all these files have extensions. That one. That is the SHP.
This very one.
That is the SHP. So how do you find?
I thought as much.
Yeah. So, but what's the difficulty in finding it?
Okay, so can I use it now? Can I load it now?
Of course. So why did you take us through all this? Why you have it and my goodness.
Classmate, be very careful.
You don't have to go through this. You don't have to do this. You had it. So yeah.
Yes, sir. There's one thing. I have removed the browser and whatever, the browser, the one at this corner here, the one that is here. So how can I bring it back?
Okay. Okay, go to why did you do that anyway? As part of this tutorial, don't do things that will take us back. Is that okay?
Okay, sir.
Don't be doing anything.
Not today. I did that yesterday. That was yesterday.
Okay, that's fine. Don't do that. Don't touch it at all. Okay. So we are done. Go to view. Go to view and.
Okay.
Go down there. See panels down there. Panels.
Okay.
Down there, very down. Bottom.
Okay.
Layers panel. Layers. Check that one. Layers. Below layers.
Okay.
Yeah. Go ahead. Okay, don't touch anything else. I see it's taking us back. We are not making progress. All right. So
okay.
That's it. So try to come off the video sharing that you are doing. Okay.
Okay.
Stop sharing. Yeah.
I'll make you the host then.
All right. So are we on that same page? let's all, the rest of the class. So don't tell me that it's only the class rep who's doing this tutorial, because you know, teachers, you know, when you don't do what they like, you know what happens, right? I think at primary school they cane you, right? But at tertiary, what did they do? So please don't make me
fair
happy.
you.
Exactly. So please, those who are just watching video, remember that I'm not excited about it. It's supposed to be taking part. All right, Daniel Jomo. You not been coming, huh? You not been coming. Mobali, you not been coming. Yeah. The rest, I think I'm okay with them. All right. So let's carry on from where we left off. So I'm going to add the data again. All right, for you to see, like you just saw. Okay. So I'm going to drag it in. All right. So now we're on the same page. All right. So now we want to actually do what we call reprojection. Is that okay? But before we do reprojection, I want you to look at why we need to reproject. Are you okay? Now you look at down here at the bottom, the video will end in 40 minutes. We use the same link to come back. When you look at the bottom bit of the screen of your QGIS screen interface, you see that we have this thing called coordinate at the bottom. Let me get my pointer. All right, so down here, you see coordinates. All right, now looking at the values in there, the values in there are actually indicative of the kind of coordinate system we are using. So we are actually dealing with some kind of longitude and latitude. Okay, usually longitude and latitude look like that. This data on the stadium structure is actually the Accra Sports Stadium, what they used to call Accra Sports Stadium. I think now they call it Ohinijan or something like that. Okay, so now the coordinates here are close. The longitude is minus 0.19 and the latitude is 5 degrees. Are you okay? So the latitude is 5 degrees and the longitude is about is close to 0, because we all know that Accra is actually one of the cities, or say Tema has the Greenwich meridian going through it. Are you okay? So we actually have a projection system or a coordinate system which actually makes use of the geographical coordinate system, and in other words, longitudes and latitudes. Okay, so we want to actually reproject it, okay, and then make sure that we have something that is more like a universal transverse mercator, which is a projected coordinate. Okay, so right-clicking, let's right-click the layer, stadium structures. Let's right-click it, and then we get what we call the layer properties. Okay, so the layer properties needs to tell us about the layer. We need to go to information. I think that will be just good enough. So if you are seeing what I'm seeing, then we have information from provider, layer properties, stadium structures. Are you okay? Class rep, are you with me? I know at least you are doing this tutorial. Are you on the same page?
Sir.
Great. So now,
okay,
you go here, you see that we have CRS. What I want your attention to be drawn to is this one, CRS.
Hello,
Okay.
sir.
Yes. So this CRS is what we actually want to call the coordinate reference system. Are you okay? Or coordinate system. Coordinate reference system. So it is at the moment, it is set at WGS 84 geographic. So it's a geographic coordinate system. Are you okay? Containing longitudes and latitudes. WGS stands for World Geodetic System. Okay. So it's also another way of really defining what your longitude and latitude. Let's look at the units. Okay. Now the units being used is actually degrees. So nobody actually measures in degrees. When you take a tape measure, you don't measure in degrees, you measure in meters. Are you okay? If you have a very long one for measuring like a kilometer, you will measure a kilometer or a meter. Are you okay? And you can only do that in a projected system. You can't do that in a geographic coordinate system. Are you okay? So the data that we've been given actually contains longitudes and latitudes, and these are the things that confirm that they are actually what? Geographic coordinate system. All right. Okay, also see the feature count. Feature will be like the number of things that we find it. So if we actually go back to where we were in the map view, this is called the map view. You can see that we have about 3 things. 1, 2, 3. So that's 3 features, 3, let me just say 3 structures. Okay, so in geography, we say features instead of saying structures or buildings, that kind of thing. But we have 3 structures, 3 features. Are you okay? All right. So because of that, we want to actually change this coordinate system so that we can actually start appreciating the distances. Are you okay? So let's look for the distance tool up here. See, there's a button here. If you want to measure a distance from one point to the other, you measure from here to here. Okay, and we are saying that that is about 182 meters. Are you okay? It means that there's some kind of on-the-fly projection, reprojection. Are you okay? Or conversion. Are you okay? So instead of us measuring in meters, you could have measured in yards, nautical miles, centimeters, degrees. Okay, and degrees making sense. So from here to here is about 0.00016 degrees, which is quite interesting, isn't it? I mean, I can't relate. Nobody can relate to that. Are you okay? So let's pick the ruler. Okay, this is a measuring line or ruler, and then let's measure from one point to the other. Let's just change the units to any units that we want. You can change it to meters. Okay. All right. So you can be measuring as you go. So this is very, good for if you loaded some AutoCAD drawing into GIS and you just wanted to explore. These are some of the things that you could do. Are you okay? So let's leave that. And then we are going to reproject it. Okay. I don't know how many minutes we have to end this one, but let's try. If it cuts, we come back to it and we try it. We right click the layer and then we go for exports. Class rep, if you're not with me, quickly say it because I wouldn't know what's happening at your end. Is that okay? All right.
Okay.
Yeah, so right click the layer and go for exports and go for save features as. So right click layer, exports, save features as. So this one is an introductory tutorial. Then we go to a tutorial that I put on WhatsApp. I mean, we do as much as we can and we say goodbye. It's okay.
Yeah.
I've really loved this class. I can't be with you forever. Like saying goodbye the nice way. Anyway, so save features as, then you see a dialog box coming up. You see the format says ESRI shapefile. So I've told you that the shapefile is one of the most popular file formats in GIS. If you know that, it's good enough. If you don't even know the rest, I mean, let me just say that. But that's because ESRI is a company that has actually like made a name when it comes to GIS. They made ArcGIS, if you heard of ArcGIS. So, but we are using QGIS because QGIS is free, it's legal. I don't want to get arrested for using ArcGIS because I don't have the license. Are you with me? So that is why we're using this software. The license costs a lot for ArcGIS, but you can, everything we are doing here will apply to ArcGIS. You need to just understand. Now let's actually, we are going to show this program where we want to put our projected file. So find a place on your computer. I'm going to put it in downloads because this computer is not for me. So I'm going to call it Stadium UTM _ UTM. So everyone find a place. You can create a folder, a new folder, and then name and then type in Stadium _ UTM so that you can find the difference between the one we had, Stadium Structures and Stadium UTM. Stadium Structures is actually geographical coordinates. Are you okay? And then stadium UTM is rather the universal transverse locator. All the distances on that are going to be in meters. Are you okay? All right. And it's not going to be on a round surface. So it's not going on a globe. But the one we are looking at the moment is on a globe. So find a place, type the name and say save. And then you see that the path will appear in this particular box. Okay. Then the most important thing, the reason we came here, the CRS. We are going to click on the right hand side, select CRS. CRS stands for Coordinate Reference System. And then on here, we are going to look for UTM zone 30 north. Remember, I taught you UTM. Are you okay? And someone said, it's not enough. Say, show us exactly how it works. And finally, you get the opportunity to see how it works. So you can just type in UTM. And then, well, when I type in UTM, I'm getting straight away UTM zone 30 north. That's because someone has already done that before. So the computer remembers. But for you, type UTM and look for this particular one. Look for WGS 84/UTM zone 30 north. The reason why we have WGS.
So we're lost.
You are lost. Where did you get lost?
Yes. After saving the
When we save, we come back to this dialog box.